What is up, guys? Today we're back, part 2 of the Akrapovic install. So we've got all of the stock exhaust is gone. We've got the bike jacked up. We've got the Akrapovic, all the pieces lined up. We got the muffler here. This is the tube that runs to the muffler. We got the 2 head tubes. We have the bracket for the muffler, and we have the 3 heat shields. Over here on the bench, we've got we've got all the hardware laid out. We've got 3. What is this? T6 Allen head key. We've got 12 millimeter and 18 millimeter O2 bungs to block those off, because right now I don't have the auto tune kit yet, so I am just running the Akrapovic map on the Power Commander. We've got the stock exhaust port stud nuts, and we've got the 3 packs of the heat shield hardware, and then we've also got the 4 springs here for the exhaust, as well as all the this is a 13 millimeter bolt as well. So guys, let's go ahead and get started. Guys, I got the instructions here. One critical thing I want to mention is don't be installing this exhaust with some super dirty hands. I just wiped mine off. I'm going to actually put some gloves on too, some silicone gloves, but keep in mind that if you get all kinds of, oil from your hands and things, and you're messing with the tubing and you put it on and you start the bike up without cleaning it really good, those prints will forever be embedded into the tubing, and you'll be able to see that forever. So make sure, guys, when you guys are doing this, you spent good money on the exhaust, might as well make sure that you take care of it. So big important step here is make sure you got clean hands when you're starting this job. Guys, another quick thing I wanted to mention too is I've already replaced these. I've got an extra one here, but and I showed it in the exhaust removal video, but these are the tapered gaskets. These are like metal corky type gaskets that you want to install in here in the head ports or in the exhaust ports before you put on the new exhaust. So I've already got the new ones in, but I just want to show you guys. This is part number 64971-09. So step 1 of the install is to loosely, and I mean loosely, install your 2 head tubes. So as you can see, I've got the stock nuts on the factory studs, and these are super loose. So you can see this thing rotates, as does this one in the head. So this just needs to be super loose. So you want to get everything super loose, get it all roughly installed, and then tighten everything down once you get it close. Guys, the other thing I want to mention too is I'm not using the O2 sensors. Eventually, when I get the auto tune kit to match up with the Power Commander 5, I'll do that. But for right now, I actually with the Power Commander, you unplug the factory O2 sensors, and we're actually not going to be using them at all. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the plug, the adapter, so you screw the smaller one into the bigger one, and I am actually just going to plug up the hole in the exhaust. If you don't do this, you're gonna know real quick when you start it up, when you have this massive exhaust leak and you can't figure out what it is. So this is a 19 millimeter, the bigger one, so I hand threaded the smaller one in, and I'm just going to tighten down this into the tube. So the next step of this is to take make sure you got 2 springs with you, but we're going to attach the mid pipe, or whatever you want to call it, to these head pipes here. I'm going to lightly put that one on and swing this around so we meet this one as well. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we are fully fitted in. Okay. So, guys, it's a very, very tight fit, but it does work. So when you get that, man, I got my springs all dirty. So when you get that in there, these springs are going to be super tight. I'm going to get a set of needle nose pliers here. But basically, what you want to do is, I'm going to take these and wrap them around this lower prong here, just like so. Just like that. You can see that is what we want. And guys, same thing here with the muffler. You simply just slide it onto the head into the mid tube here and attach the springs. This one is a lot easier to get tight than before, but just make sure you're on there good. The instructions say you could use a mallet to tap it in, but I really didn't need to. A little twisting. There, it may have just gone on a little bit more that time. Okay, and this one, on like that. Cool. Guys, one last thing I'm going to do here is, this would have been way easier before the muffler's actually on there, but the mounting bracket for the muffler goes where the mounting bracket for the stock mufflers used to be. It would have been a lot easier to do before the muffler was on, but we're going to go ahead. It just mounts. It comes with new hardware, but go ahead and mount this up to the frame of the bike. Guys, and then the last step here, I don't know if you can see this, but the muffler has a threaded hole. You got a slot here. The extra bolt that comes with this is going to go through this way into the bracket on the muffler. Alright guys, the muffler is now, as you can see down there, it's mounted up. The 13mm bolt is in place, and now that is, I mean, it's really that simple. Now we're going to go ahead and tighten everything down. So, let's see here. The bolts on the, so the 13mm bolt that's holding the muffler on looks like it's 16 foot-pounds. Same thing with the 6mm Allen keys that are holding the bracket on. And then I've got a night rod, so I don't need the extra instructions for the passenger foot pegs since mine are up here. I will eventually relocate those down further. But the last step is just to go and tighten everything up. And same thing, do the header nut or the flange nuts to 16 foot-pounds. And we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm using like a variation of different 13s here. So I've got, can you see this? Yes. So I've got a regular 13mm wrench, like a brake line 13mm wrench. I've got a 1/4-inch drive socket with a deep and a short well 13. So we're going to go ahead and go around here and tighten everything up. And guys, before you tighten everything up, you really want to, so these flanges, they got a long way to go, but I do a couple turns on this side, and then I stop, and then I go to the other side. You want to make sure that you're tightening down everything evenly, especially with these flanges, that you can easily get one side cranked down too far, and it makes the other side really difficult to get on. So I highly recommend alternating sides when how you tighten them. Guys, another tool that I'm finding helpful is this swiveling head gear wrench 13mm that I have. This thing is really helpful as well. So guys, got everything tightened down on the bike. Last step is to put on the heat shields. So one important thing that I want to call out here before anything else is that on these heat shields, and I apologize for the weird camera work because I'm holding this thing, that you actually screw the screw into the initial washer. Don't push it on because you don't want to break these. So it specifically says in the instructions, screw these on and don't push them on. Because this is telling you right now, this is in a ridiculously tight fit. So I'm going to go ahead and screw these in. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to do them like this. Right there-ish. Okay, so next step is to actually, I'm just going to pick a heat shield here. I'll pick the rear one. So it says to actually put the bolt through and then do the exact same thing with the bigger washer on the back side. So I have this here on the back side. I'm going to continue to screw this in while attempting to hold the washer on the back. Let me turn around here, maybe this will make it easier to see. So I'm holding the washer on the back with my hand here, and I am screwing. I don't know why this ratchet isn't ratcheting. Harbor Freight for you. Yeah, she doesn't want to ratchet. Okay. So I'm just continuing to hold the washer on the back side and screw this thing in. Okay. So I'm going to do that for the other one as well. All right, guys. So you can see here's the heat shield, and you can see bolt, fiber washer, whatever it is, and then big one on the other side as well. Something I touched on before that I want to just reiterate is you can see all my dirty paw prints from when I was trying to put this exhaust on. So I've got some cleaner here, and I'm just going to wipe down all of this tubing to make it nice and pretty and shiny, because I don't want to leave any crap. I mean, look at that. I mean, there's crap all over this exhaust. That all would have been burned in. So make sure to give the exhaust just a good wipe down before you start it up for the first time, because, I mean, it is nasty. You can see how just through shipping and through anything else, it's pretty nasty. Alright guys, so got the last heat shield going on, and we will be ready to fire this bad boy up. Let's step back here and take a look at this. Sorry, I don't have a ton of room here, but that's a pretty bad shot, isn't it? There she is, guys. Man, it's just ridiculous how well made this exhaust is and the attention to detail, besides that stupid, this nut right here. So guys, without further ado, I'm going to go over here and open the garage. Alright guys, hopefully this works. I've done a lot of changes since, so we'll see. Keys on. We're in neutral. We got fuel, I hear it.